Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about Mars as it transits into the sign of Taurus. And this is going to be huge. I've been talking about this for a long time because what's in Taurus during this time is Uranus is there. So there's going to be a lot of heated up and extremes and explosions. People are going to be so unconditionally angry. They're going to blow up, and there's going to be major events all around with Mars being in Taurus. Now, Mars will enter Taurus July 12th. And most of all, it's going to be in the nakshatra Krittika. And Mars is in Krittika between July 8th and the 27th. So basically about the whole month of July, Mars is in the nakshatra Krittika, which is in Taurus, which is in the Pleiades. This is the most intense time. Krittika's symbol is a blade or a knife. It cuts to the matter. It is cutting, it's sharp, and it does deal a lot with anger. I have seen this nakshatra to be sometimes the angriest people that have issues with anger. And oh my God, with Mars being here when it goes into Taurus on the 12th, while it's in Krittika, conjunct Uranus, watch out. There's going to be so much angry commotion, emotion, passion. What does Mars rule? Mars rules passion, it rules energy, it rules drive, ambition, willpower, but it also rules weapons and anger and war and fire. Just to name a few things. In sports, this is a real intense time. And with it being here in these heavy nakshatra and placement, it's going to be hot. And it's hot around the world in the northern hemisphere in July. So just equate that with emotion. And that, of course, I could say could deal with earthquakes, because this is a cutting, sharp, difficult nakshatra, Krittika. So I think once Mars goes into Rohini around the 27th, things will lighten up a little bit. So that's one thing to focus in on, because Mars being in Rohini, Rohini is a much kinder nakshatra. It rules the moon, or the moon rules Rohini, and therefore it's kinder, but it's more sensitive. And Mars being in Rohini, it just will be more sensitive, more feeling, more emotional, and it'll be better. So I'm not looking forward to this Mars being in Krittika because of the anger issues that it's going to add to. And don't forget, in the Pleiades, we have all these fixed stars that are so treacherous. Yes, because when Mars comes together with Uranus, and it will be around July 12th through the 17th, that Mars-Uranus are going to be close to the fixed star Algol, which is the most demonic fixed star in the heavens. And it deals with people losing their heads. So on top of that, being in Krittika, so that goes to prove that this nakshatra, Krittika, being within that placement, a goal, this is another reason why this is such a treacherous portion of the zodiac. And then again, July 15th will be when Mars conjuncts Uranus. Exactly. Now, they don't have to be exact for something treacherous to happen, but around this time, look out. Unexpected attacks and anger and volatility will hit. I have no doubt. And the other thing is, Now Mars, while it's in the sign of Taurus, when it hits around 15, 16 degrees of Taurus, it's going to conjunct the fixed star Aldebaran, which is the eye of the bull. And actually this star is fiery red because they say it's red, and it's actually called the red one. When you look into the nakshatras Rohini, it's called the red one because of this star being so bright here. And Aldebaran is a very, very powerful star. But what makes it most violent and treacherous is the fact that exactly opposite Aldebaran is the star Antares, which is around 15, 16 degrees of Scorpio. And those two stars are always exactly opposite. So when you get transiting Mars come up and hit 15, 16 degrees of Taurus, it's going to be aspecting Antares in Scorpio, and that can deal with violence. Okay, so it's a star of war. So what are those days to look out for? Around August 4th through the 6th, that's going to be where Mars lines up with these stars. And furthermore, moving forward from that point, Mars will conjunct Jupiter in Taurus. So that's going to be around August 13th. And when Mars exactly conjuncts Jupiter around this time, then they're in planetary war. We don't like when planets are exactly on top of each other, because then they're competing for dominance, and therefore it weakens. They weaken each other, to be exact. So a little before this, Jupiter conjunct Mars, sometimes Jupiter makes things bigger. And Mars being in this area of the Pleiades in Taurus is not so good. And remember at the beginning of this time period, when we had Mars conjunct Uranus right after it transits into Taurus, which is of course going to be July 12th. So July 12th through the 17th, you have Mars together with Uranus, and the 15th being the exact conjunction of Mars-Uranus. 12th through the 17th, look out. Again, take caution. Again, as I said, around August 4th through the 6th, and then again till around August 13th. So we have a lot of big warnings. Now remember that Mars will be in Taurus. It's going to be in Taurus for quite some time. And it's going to start on the 12th that it moves into Taurus. And then it will leave August 26th. That's when Mars will leave Taurus and go into Gemini. I think that's going to be a big relief, because in this portion of the zodiac, it's treacherous. So talking about the nakshatras, as I said, Mars will be in Krittika, the worst one for Mars in terms of anger, between July 8th through the 27th. And then it's going to move into Rohini July 27th, which will be a much needed relief, July 27th, and till August 15th. And then Mars is going to go into the nakshatra Mrigashira. And that's going to be, and of course Mrigashira flanks between Taurus and Gemini. But it will enter into Mrigashira August 26th till September 6th. And the thing about Mrigashira is it is ruled by Mars. So Mars will become more fiery, more intense during that time. But what I wanted you to pay attention to mainly is the transit of Mars, July 12th being in Gemini, and then when it leaves, in Taurus, excuse me, and then it goes into Gemini on August 26th. So Mars in Taurus, July 12th through August 26th. Be forewarned, be careful. Anger's in the air, disruption, explosive events Yes, this is it. And I can't help but say, I think this has a lot to do with what's going on the world front in terms of war, the shaking of the earth. There could be earthquakes, but of course, politically, it's a mess. So I think I'll close with that. So if you would like more information on me, go to my website, galacticcenter.org, sign up for my free newsletter, and check out my Patreon, and check out my Galactic Planner, galacticplanner.com. Get a free month of predictions about you delivered to your calendar. And don't forget, if you want to study with me, sign up, go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.